after a 1996 shooting in the UK resulted in guns being banned. He designed and built this as political protest. Guns of Tabor. This is the Luty 9mm submachine gun. Now, this gun is quickly getting a reputation as the worst SMG in the game, but to me, it's also probably the most legendary. Well, why? This is another open bolt submachine gun. Unlike the MP40 that we looked at, I can insert the magazine with the bolt forward, but to fire, this is the correct bolt position. And if you notice, this one he kind of does hold by the magazine. And that's actually a good thing on the Luty because that helps the magazine keep from falling out while firing. On the real one, that is. That's a piece of spring steel with 2 washers and a cut bolt. And they did a good representation of that. The bolt clips in. Now, why is it designed like that? Because this was designed by a man named Philip Luty after a 1996 shooting in the UK resulted in guns being banned. He designed and built this as political protest to show that somebody motivated could build a firearm with hardware store parts. There's nothing specifically for a gun on this. He put out a book with instructions on how to build it, and the firearm spread throughout the world. So the fact that we see it here in Tabor, you know, that could absolutely happen. There's no iron sights. These are literally bolts. So he was not a master gunsmith, but he managed to even design the magazine, which is a single stack magazine, which is notoriously the hardest part about designing improvised firearms. It's a non-threaded barrel, which is very uncommon. So it's basically known for close-up, low accuracy, built out of hardware parts. And I mean, it looks the part. You know, these are witness holes, so even though this is a full magazine, you should be able to see my bullets in there, but you can't. So there's 1 point off for Tabor. But otherwise, they did a great job on this. You see how the trigger is off to one side? That's realistic to his design. And it's a notoriously bad trigger pull, meaning very hard to actually pull the trigger. So to get any accuracy out of this, probably not very easy. And you can see how quick those single stack mags spend compared to the MP40. But legendary gun. He saw the UK government as tyrannical for taking away people's natural rights to protect themselves from tyranny and criminals. They hounded him for his whole life, put him in jail with an extra long sentence to make an example of him. And he was even in jail when his mom passed away. And he got out. They continued to hound him until he was kind enough to pass away, and they could no longer bring charges onto the poor guy. But absolute legend. He had the spirit of a true American. And that's the background on the Luty.